Whenever you see Jesus, you put things in the proper perspective. Ooh, Shandobo. Whenever you see Jesus, anytime I see somebody stuck on yourself, you sing church, but you ain't seen Jesus. If you ever see Jesus, it'll make you throw your coat on the ground. If you ever see Jesus, it'll change your priority. If you ever see Jesus, it'll make you put everything up under your feet. Paul said, I count it all but dung, that I might win the excellency of Jesus Christ. Somebody who knows the word, give the Lord a praise right now.
If you're a person where all your friends come to you with their problems, that's because they see something in you. But you got to remember this old saying. If you're the smartest person in your group, you need a new group. It ain't nothing bad. You just got to upgrade people in your life. You cannot be the go-to person in the group. So, just upgrade your friends.
All of us are basically the same. The only difference between the haves and the have-nots are their habits. Habits are too light to be felt until they're too heavy to be broken. All of us are the same. The only difference between you and your friends are your habits. Think about it. I separated myself from somebody that I love. Well, why did I try and help them? Because they wouldn't help themselves. And most people are not willing to change their habits. They just want to do what they want to do. There's a process to becoming successful. There's a process. And the ones who break through, like me, you got to be hungry. You want to make it, you got to be hungry. You hear me? You want to keep a social distance from poverty, social distance from hard times, social distance from living a life of mediocrity, social distance from people who don't want anything. Why? Because they rub off on you. This life that you're seeking, it's uncommon. And sometimes it's lonely. I choose not to be a common man. It's my right to be uncommon if I can. I do not wish to be a kept citizen, humbled and dull by having the state look after me. I want to take the calculated risk to fail and to succeed. I refuse to live from hand to mouth. I prefer the challenges of life to the guaranteed existence. I will never cower before the master. It's my heritage to stand erect, proud and unafraid, and face the world boldly and say, this I have done. Everything I'm saying is common sense, but common sense is not common practice. Reverend Ike was right. Best thing to do for the poor is not be one of them. The statistics indicate this, scientifically proven. Most people will die rather than change. Oh, and get mad at you if you try and help them. You need to lose some of that weight. I'm fine, honey. My doctor said my blood pressure normal and I weigh 550 pounds. But I'm fine. I'm healthy, 550 pounds. Leave that alone. Remember what your mama said. Oh, Lord, help me keep my nose out of other people's business. I want to help those who want to be helped. Those who just need a way out. Those who just need a word. You just got to get around the right people. People whose minds need to be lifted. People whose spirits need to be lifted. Listen, as I said, all of us are the same. The only thing that separates us are our habits. When I change my habits, see, poor people have habits. Wealthy people have habits. I studied wealthy people. And when you have a goal and dream, the odds don't matter. I'm taught, walk by faith and not thy sight. Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Have you ever had people tell you you're crazy because your dream is too big? Listen to me. Never let someone tell you what you can't do, especially if they haven't done it. Life is like an elevator. The higher you go up, you have to stop and let some people off because they don't share your vision. In order to achieve your goals, it takes everything in you.
I'm asking you to find happy friends. I'm not saying you have to cut people off. I am saying you should put up some boundaries. Just little by little, spend less and less time with that person. If you don't get the wrong people out of your life, you'll never meet the right ones. The people who are closest to you need to be stable, happy, responsible people that move you toward your destiny. This is the reason many people are stuck. What are you giving your time and energy to? Trying to keep someone happy? That's going to wear you out. It's time to make a change. You can't please everyone.
That sounds tough, right? It's like they're your friends. They've probably been your friends your whole life, and you're growing up and they're not. What happens over time is they just fall away. I think as you just outgrow them, just like a pair of shoes, it just don't fit no more. And it's gonna be the same thing with your friends. As you grow into new interests and new ways, behaviors, and character, over time, it's gonna be simply, it don't fit no more. By and by, you will attract more and more people that resonate with the new you. When you're growing up, you're changing, and the people around you aren't, they can be an anchor. They can slow you down. You might not want to be negative towards them, but at the same time, you need to be conscious of it. And you have to ask yourself, is this leading me closer to my strongest self or not? And another thing people will start to notice too is when you say no. So if you find that your friends are like, say you guys went out for dinner, the next step is always, let's go to the bar, boys. And you say, nah, I enjoy having dinner with you guys, but I'm going to go home. What? What do you mean? Why aren't you going? And then they're going to try to tease you, cajole you into doing the things that they're doing. But you don't owe them any explanation. You just say, hey, I'm just not into it today. And then by and by, they're going to start being curious. They're going to start wondering. They're going to notice you're not there. He must be up to something that's better than what we're doing. And they'll start questioning themselves. Some people, if they're on the ascending path, they'll question themselves. And some people, when they're on the descending path, they'll ridicule you. If they're the type of guys that they're really good guys, they'll see the error in their ways and they'll question themselves and they'll look to you as an inspiration. If they really start denigrating you, they really start tearing you down, they start saying, oh, he changed, we don't like him anymore, then you know what you discover? Man, these guys really weren't my friends to begin with. Because friends lift friends up, especially when they're trying to go high places. Here's another thing, do not gossip. When you're not around, they're probably gonna talk about you. And that's one of the most effeminate things that a man can do. That's one of the worst things that a man can do. You just turn away. You walk away. Do not engage in that conversation. And if you're doing it, guarantee they're doing it to you.
You're bored. You have nothing going on in your life, so you focused on my life. Listen, y'all.
You want to begin to get all the toxic people out of your life. I know people whose lives have been ruined because somebody wasn't good for them.
So what their childhood friends? So what their family? You can't say that you love yourself when you continue to invite and include these people in your life.
What kind of person are you becoming because of that relationship? My mother used to say, you run around with losers, you will end up a loser.
They're threatened by the idea that you're coming up. You are not the victim. You decided that those are your friends. No one wants to be alone. Why spend the rest of your life being miserable, frustrated? Feeling good is a responsibility that we all have for ourselves.
Chẳng được quên khi cơn mưa đêm lại về. Em đã quên lời thề và ta như đông chìm sâu. Không còn mơ em anh nhận màu. Em chỉ cần mơ đâu bye bye. Chỉ còn là những cơn mưa vô giá cho bên mơ em không mơ anh. Anh một đêm mơ chỉ cần bên em không được còn nhớ và chỉ có em không còn nhớ và người ta bên nhau như ngã tớ. Muốn nhớ về say em chỉ có mấy em ở đây và anh như muốn chết đi nhưng không muốn em mơ mày. Tình yêu làm cho ta đau đầu không em như nằm ngân màu. Anh như đêm mong cầu và mưa bên em ngủ sầu. Chào các bạn mai mơ chỉ có bên em nhưng là khó mơ. Mà đang dài em một bên ai anh không mong gì hơn chỉ mong em sẽ ở đây ôm anh thật gần. Anh chỉ mong đôi ta được có nhau mà đừng em đâu anh có em một đêm bên anh có em ta sẽ trao nhau môi hôn thật sâu ôm anh.
Bye. nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.
Anxiety, filling up every space, no privacy. And silently, it could build and build until you finally see, whoa, it's taking over, damn no closure, moving closer. No exposure, I just wanna be a loner. Some can't stay sober, looking over all their shoulders, like moving boulders just to get out of the home. It sucks, I've had enough, I don't wanna feel the stuck under the rug, all my problems that I shove.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.
I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff. It sucks when you finally feel like giving up. Oh God, no luck, everything feels like you're sticky stuck. I'm lost, handcuffed to the bed where I sleep, don't give a fuck. Can't stop, unplug, feeling over